All right, hello everyone. Just wanted to do a little guide for the Vita Unus fight. It's a unique fight in Chrono Cross, and kind of ties to some other elements with pause buffer strats, and it's actually different than the pause buffer stuff. That's where I wanted to make a video just to kind of show it. I don't know if I'll do many of these in the future. I have thought about going through the game in a setting and just kind of showing some things and explaining fights. To be determined if I do that one day, but nonetheless, here we go. I guess quick notes. So Evil Ash 25 has done an amazing job of keeping everything in one central location on the Chrono Discord, which is the Chrono Trigger, Radical Dreamers, and Chrono Cross. We all share one Discord. So it's under pin tabs. He's got a file. I have more save states than what's in there, just because I've tried it different things. But for bizhawk, you want to use the version that he mentions, and these will all work. So you just have to download bizhawk, load up the file, which if you make a .xml, it will automatically log or load disk 1 and 2. I don't remember how to do it, but that is how you can go from like disk 2 to say disk 1 without having to load the different CDs. So once you got bizhawk up and running, if you go to tools, ramwatch, it'll bring up this menu here, and then from here you just want to file, open, and then I honestly don't know what Ash has published now. I know there was the old one he had, and then he came up with the master one. The master one has a lot, but it'll make you lag, and it's quite beefy. I actually might use that for this one, but sometimes it's better to use less stuff. But yeah, you got the different values here, and I'll be messing with them. But that's all it is to like get ramwatch open. There's nothing that you have to program it. These are already programmed. Like you can see, there's less values here. It's just knowing what addresses, and then this is something you don't have to know, but there can be different byte sizes. But it's all done for you. You don't have to worry about that. Oh. Open. But this value is the main thing we want to look at. So right now I just loaded up a random file, which I don't have my controller plugged in. So in this current battle, there's 2 characters left. So you have HP 1 and 2, AP of 1 and 2. And then the other stuff, you just don't have to worry about it. So let's move on to the Vita fight. So I always like to save the fight outside the battle. We got Surge's strength here. So the way to read the strats is there's different thresholds or different strength values. So Ash has it often labeled from high to low. Actually, Sky Dragon's a bad one to look at. That's gonna bother me. Here's like a good one or a better one. So like Green Dragon, to kind of read this is start off with the eagle eye, and then if Green Dragon was to take an action, you would then use like this set of notes here. Or sorry, if you did early action after this, you would then do this, and then vice versa, you would do this pattern here. And this is just saying, like, so if you're in this column here, which it's not highlighting for me, after the links 3-3, if you have 36 strength, then do this, otherwise do this. And that's what I was trying to get to with, say, like Polis, Police. It's actually in the opposite order, but only if 40 or more strength. Like if you had 44, it doesn't mean 40 even, just 40 or more. And then for this, it's kind of like 35 or less. For Vita, there's just 33 strength. So let's start off with, I'm actually just going to do 35. You'll see why. So I like to save the game. Because if you change just, oh, I did that a little fast. If you poke the value, you can then change it. So I changed strength or Surge's strength to 35. If you do it in battle, it won't update. So that's where it's kind of nice to save outside the battle. Alright. I have 2. So, search 2-2, repeat if 2's missed. So this is what a value that's shown when like a boss's HP is like locked in. Like the tutorial fights at the beginning of the game. The notes will say like, defend until text. And if you attack, you'll just see this 30k go down to like 29.9 something. And then just go back up to 30k. It's been a while since I looked at this, so Vita has 3 phases. And phase 1 has a certain attack pattern, which I should have that up for you. Let me see if it's on this. This is a Excel document that I probably will not publish. It's just working notes for me. A lot of it doesn't make sense. It's short writing. Enemy patterns. Here we go. Whoopee. It's Vita. Dude. Bizhawk. And then yeah. All right. So Vita has 3 phases. In phase 1, here's the attack pattern. So Vita will attack 3 times, cast 3 spells. In each phase, Vita has 2375 HP. Once you see the Cure Plus, that's when it's in phase 2. And then the green field's when it's in phase 3. And this is not that you have to know every enemy's patterns, but just knowing the bosses that can like one-shot your party is vital. And Vita is actually one of those bosses, because Vita's first action is to attack, and then she does Inferno. Inferno is like really huge damage that can wipe the party there. and then if not, you might have a character or two alive, but the volcano's coming up. So phase 1, let's look at the notes, see what's going on. So we want to do 2-2 until repeating. Bum. Yeah, so you can see the my computer's going slow because of all this extra stuff here. So right there, Vita's at 2117, but obviously I did more damage than that. I forget what value, but I was doing 200 something odd damage. Actually, the total is just over 500 damage. I can just tell by looking at this field. But we see 2117. So the buffered inputs kind of work weird on this one. So basically, as just saying, get at least 2 hits in and then move to Fargo. So we're gonna do that. So 2117, doing a 1 with Fargo. Look, the HP went down like 600 HP there. So whatever damage, the way the first 2 phases work is however much damage you have done on the boss already. If you attack, not the spell, like here's the 1 from Fargo, and it says turn blue, the surge. The big thing after phase 1 is you want to have max stamina on Marcy or on Surge. So Vita did attack. So Vita's AP is currently at 7. She has 7 AP, and then I know 7 AP can roll up to a max of 10. So, oh, sorry. So the 1538, casting the spell didn't change this, but when Marcy swinged, she did 10 damage, but Vita's HP went down to 949. Again, that damage that Vita's already accumulated is getting subtracted. So let's go back. So here's Fargo. He hasn't attacked yet. We see the damage set 2117. Doing the 1, it goes to 1538. If I do a 1-1, it didn't. That was a buffered input. It didn't take the damage down like twice. Like if I do a 1 more time here, it took it down to 600. But basically, I lost out on 600 damage, or a little bit over 600 damage, because I did a buffered input. Just like right there, where if I just sat here and did 1, 2100, 1500, 1, 1500, 900, 1, 200, and as soon as that HP goes down, so Cure Plus. So this is the phase change. And Vita works the same in this phase. So let's go back and do this the right way. So I opened up Surge 2-2. We're now at this step, Fargo 1, turn blue. And if I miss with Fargo there, it's best to do the 1 pause again for that extra strength. But I got the damage there. And I guess I'll just mention it now. So 2 different camera modes, a normal and dynamic. In dynamic, this is just something to get used to, is that for most fights, to get to the main character, it's right. One nice thing that Dime pointed out to me when we were both learning the game is you can kind of watch this box here if you're not comfortable with that. And before the camera gets all the way over to the character, you'll see it here, and that'll save you a little bit of time. But getting comfortable with that is a large part of like getting better at the speedrun. Likewise, knowing buffs automatically go to the first character is another big thing. I digress. So there's Fargo, 1, turn blue. Now Marcy's up. And we're gonna do a 1. Again, Marcy already has the like AP to cast Eagle Eye, but doing that 1 is just a way of getting this HP down. So it went from 1500 to 900. But here it says do X until Cure Plus. In this situation, Surge got the 2-2, didn't miss. So it's just better to do 1 because I know he'll be at max stamina. So you're just doing these. And there's the Cure Plus. So if you went in there like a 1 and you're like, I need to do damage, and you just start spamming 3s, you could push Vita to end up attacking. And that's a really long like cast time, like Fireball, Eagle Eye, and Cure. So now we're here, and we Eagle Eye the Surge. So this part's done. We're now down the Surge. So unlike the first phase where we did like the 2-2, we're just going to do the 2 pause 2. And I failed to mention this. Well, what I was going to say is that when Vita phase changes, the AP gets reset. That was what I was going to say. So in this case, Vita rolled a 7. If you ever go to make your own routing notes, always assume that you're going to get the bare minimum of AP. Alright, so Eagle Eye, now Surge 2-2. So this HP value, oh wait, oh I messed up. I misread what was going on there. It's Marcy, she just attacked once. Let's go to the start of the fight. It'd be easier to actually explain from there. A different thing. I basically want Surge to miss. So he missed. We have no damage going on here. This kind of leads to Jeepers Creepers. There's really like no backup. Like if you didn't know any better and you were just reading these notes, you just think like, okay, like maybe I do it too with Surge here. We got the 264. I'm actually gonna pretend like we didn't do that with Surge for a moment. And then we're gonna turn blue. So we did the 57 damage. That 57 damage is the only thing that's been done to Vita so far. And Vita's at the 23-18 health. With Marcy, did the 10 damage, but it came down more than that, so we're at 22-51. See, we're only losing like 80 damage at a time instead of that 500, 600 before. So in reality, if you miss big time like we did there, you're better off going back to your boy and at least getting that 2-2 in. If there was already a 2, I would have said pause, or 2 pause 2. Just for that extra damage. So now we did that. Vita is doing her attacks. Next time it's going to be attack 3. So it's really a non-issue. It's only a issue in phase 3. I'm just trying to spit out some different scenarios for you here. So there, Again, 7 AP is always, this is always the bare minimum. In this case, Vita rolled 2 extra. So we want Surge to end with ideally full stamina here. And I'll go this way. Attack. So if I knew like Vita was really close, the ideal thing might be to well, let's just make it so we're at 1779. Let's just say that we were at 600. If I just poke Fate or Vita, sorry, Surge is at 3 right now. It'd be best to just do like a 3. I'm gonna do a 1-3. Oh, just a 1 was enough there. But see, now Surge is not at full stamina. And here's why that's gonna be an issue. Let's just play that out. The Cure plus triggers. Now we want to Eagle Eye. And the goal here would be 2, 2. So Vita's already down to 1290 health. It's not that Surge did a ton, it's just from the extra damage. And then ideally Fargo would do a 1 and a 3 and we would be on our way. And that's going to happen. Great, you think? Well, not so much. So now Vita's HP is at 2375. 10 AP. We actually lucked out in this example. For different reasons. So you could go for the 2-3, or you could defend. So defending, that would take 1 AP away. And then now you're basically on track. You actually want Surge to be at 7. Because you want to be able to do a 3-3. And then, so with 7 AP and Surge at max stamina, doing a 3-3 allows you to bounce back the Fargo and get his tax in. And then Surge can come back to, we can go back to Surge, do the 3-3. And he's at 299 health. And just like the notes, like 3-3, 3-3, 3-3, dash and slash. But let's pretend the situation wasn't like that. Pulls or poke. Bare minimum AP. Well, I mean, you wouldn't know that you had bare minimum. Yeah, what would you do? Let's just work it through. So I blocked I will play this multiple ways. So doing a 3-3 makes it so Vita goes. Vita still has 51 health left. So the push Surge up. 3-3. Go back to him. 3-3. Rut roll. And Surge didn't have the AP to defend there. Now, Fargo's sword helped us out there. So this is when we first got in the phase and we kind of got in here like in OO mode. When I originally did the defend twice, let's go back to that. Fargo's chip damage helped us tremendously here, thanks to the stone sword. They gave us just under 500 damage, like 480. Oh, let's pretend he whiffed there. The 480. Oak. 487. So we're 216 short. In this case, we happen to be lucky enough where Fargo can go. And then there you go, the two whiffs. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. And then from here, I mean, kind of a pickle. Marcy's gone. Oh yeah, no revised spell yet. And you don't have that auto damage thing happening either. Yeah, got lucky there. A different way this could be played. Alright, 10. So this is the best way is not to get in this situation. Again, assuming that 7 AP. So with a 3-3, with a 7 AP, you have one chance to do something. But if you used up like 5 stamina, and then went back to Fargo, this at least allows you the stamina push. You're still in a situation though that you're not going to be able to do your dash. I mean, we got the good AP roll to actually have it work out for us. Where are we? I can just tell by if she has Eagle Eye used or not. No, and Vita's HP. So since Vita's HP is at 1779, I know I'm right here. Here's Vita's 8 AP. So what? Oh, this was I was gonna say. So Vita's HP is at 1200 right now. If I do a 1, it went down to the 612. If I do a 3, 608. She did slightly more damage. That's the only reason. So it's not that more AP accumulates and does more damage. You're better off doing the 1s. But when it comes to getting Surge's stamina up, that can have a play. in this, and that's what I'm trying to get at right now, is that in this situation you'd be better off doing a 3, just knowing you get surge. Like, even if that transformed Vita right there, the eagle eye would get surge up to 7 and you'd be golden. But now that he's at like this good stamina, and as long as you know you got like some hits on him, like at least like the 2-2, you'll know that Vita's taking that extra damage. So right now Vita's at 6, and we don't know the AP, but it happened to roll a good amount of AP. So doing again the pauses. So there's that Cure Plus again. I did bring up Ash's older notes. Some of this, I like the phrasing better here. I have my own notes. A lot of my notes, either I might have something that's just a little bit extra, or I might kind of just excuse me. Oh, too far down. It's Skydragon. Oh, because his old my bad. His old notes didn't have this. And I'll visit any of these fights. But I just liked having just kind of like highlighting thing. That's just something I did. I don't recommend you necessarily take notes from Ash, but you do have to work through it and kind of know like what he's talking about. And like a lot of these like older notes, I guess one flaw was there was some strats where if it was like a bad start, you didn't know exactly like what that was meant. See if I can find one of those. There wasn't too many. Can't even think of one on this. Like some of them, it is explained. It's been so long since I looked at these. I'll have to digress for the moment. Oh, this is relevant to us with the Vita fight. Or I guess... yeah, we can do that. Oh, Skydragon. So Skydragon was written out very simple. And this is how like slight optimizations can happen. Let me read Discord for a moment. Yo, PH. Loving the discussion on the Discord, by the way. Thanks. No problem. Yeah, even if you miss the Vita, it still does the accumulating damage. I didn't understand the same for the longest time, and even after trying to study and heard Synamp and Ash talked about it, I didn't fully get it. So like a older, simpler strat, Marcy, Eagle Eye Strengthen, 3-3, 3, where now it's possible to avoid like a heal trigger. That's all this does, is an attempt to avoid like a heal trigger. But it needs a very specific strength. But sometimes I do think these older notes are better to reference. Maybe we can get to those later. But let me try to somewhat stick on course here. These are my notes. So I kind of have it the 35-40. Where, let me go back to Ashes. He's got the, like just a 33. I think he did upgrade to a 40. Maybe not. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong fight. My bad. Nope. I lied. I have the 33 as well. I guess the bad start. Where was I going with this? Oh, a Zen app said it was programmed to be that way. Zen app is the Japanese world record holder. So the way Ash had these written before was, and he's changed it since. And good tie-in. I was actually screwing up this fight and it was pissing me off to no end. I accidentally did this. I had a 1-2. And it wasn't until I was looking at this fight and I was looking at I started, this was me trying to understand like what was going on with Vita. So 40 strength, just using a level 1 attack. So that's just doing this from the start. Here's Vita's HP. Vita's HP, 3 AP. Just for the sake of things, I'm going to poke this to 10. And I just did 1. So 100 damage right there. We're at 2275. 104. So that's down to 204. 2071. 104. The 207 became 1763. You'll just see that that starts to build up. So at this point, any character that does one more attacking animation, I don't know if spells count. I guess this could be a good time to find that out. I know physical does. The characters are not built up. But Search has done 616 HP to damage. But altogether, Vita has taken 2100 damage. And that's just from that passive, like, degrade in HP. So even if we go to Mercy and do attack, so here's Vita's AP. After the Cure Plus, it should go back up to at least full. Yeah, so he rolled a 9, or she rolled a 9. So now we're in phase 2, and that HP goes up, back up. So this was just me trying to like understand like what was going on. So I just wrote how much damage Surge did. Subtracted that from 2375, get that. Added damage, that's what came later. And a total health remaining. So after doing the second one, 21, but then I noticed the 126. My gosh, like 126 right there. 1997 left. Duo 1 got 126 damage. But how much HP was shown here was the 1937, 252. Oh, well, if you add that together, those two together, that's that number there. And here's our new health. Duo 1, how much HP was just from that one attraction? 378. That's actually combining that. So it was just showing me, kind of proving it. And then you get down to a point where the added damage is doing so much, like even just doing a 128, like here it was just 100, 100, but then we had like the 378, like a big chunk. It just starts becoming really big chunks. So let me move this back over. This was just math. I guess we can walk through that one more time. So start the fight. Okay, get out of here. Start fight. Again, doing the 2-2. We don't get the advantage of having that second thing. So there we missed. That's fine. This is a good idea. And this is where like repeating that 2 is important. Normally, unless you're trying to like, unless the notes say like to hit a certain element level, which I don't know if I'm going to see around this part of the note. Unless you see something like this. This pretty much means that 1-1-1 with Glenn, and then if you miss, pretty much swing again for 1 to get that level 3. There's some times where that might not work out for you, and that just comes with experience. So again, we start off the fight. We've been 35 strength surge. Oops, wrong fight again. 2 hit, miss, and then we got a 2 hit, repeat 2 of miss. So right now, Vita's HP hasn't updated, but we got the like over 250 of damage. Great, so we got another hit then. After 2 2s, about just over 500 damage. It's still, Vita's still kind of at that. But for the sake of how these notes are written out, that's fine. That's kind of like good. Again, doing the 1, I didn't note the HP, but 1600 or something. And this number is not going to change with a spell just cast on an ally. You'll miss mom. So then 1x cure X to surge. So here, just kind of nice to do like a. Here you could do a 1, and the HP went down a certain amount. I would say actually, if you missed a bunch at the beginning like we did, it's kind of a risk, because if you sit here and do a bunch of 1s, Vita might trigger early and then you don't have the stamina. But if you did the 3, if we did the 3 here, he would definitely be full. And we might get in before Vita goes. Again, I know that Eagle Eye has to be casted, so a 2 stamina surge is fine. I'm just going to do the 2. And Vita's HP is just at 100. At this point, you can just do like a 1. Again, the biggest thing is full stamina on surge. And no, you don't have this blanket, but for me, the realization was knowing how important this damage was, because I know I've come in this fight and whiffed like 3 times with the 2s. And then it's kind of like, well, now what? What do you do? And seeing this like really helps them move along. And like I said, this attack is very slow, so it's really nice to avoid that. Sorry, this stuff keeps minimizing. So now we're in second phase, so we just do the Eagle Eye. I'll get to your guys' questions in a moment here. So the goal here is to end up with Surge at max stamina, so that when we go into phase 3, you can go 3-3 And Fargo will still be able to go 3-3 and then Surge 3-3. So that in this phase, Greenfield, Surge does 3-3, Fargo does 3-3. Oh, sorry, that's on this. 3-3, 3-3. And then on this, Surge does 3-3. And then the slash and dash to finish him off before Inferno. That's the goal there. So, Surge 2-2. And I'm going to get into this, even though it's going to kind of interrupt the fight. One thing, oh, let's go back over to Ash's old notes too. No, you don't have to do that. I can. So he has it here to do a 1-3. So same amount of AP, the 1 or the 3. You know, 1-3, 8 or 2-2. And I mentioned to you that I didn't know about the 2-2 because I wrote it down. Like it was the one thing that I effed up on my own notes. So I was doing this 1-2. So I was finally starting to look at Ash's notes, and then I caught it. But I had kind of already like written down some numbers, and that's where I believe these numbers come in. Nope, right here. So what I found out is that like doing a 2-2, and this is a 2 pause 2. I have it written here. It's going to take it down, her down to like 13-13. But a 3 pause 1 takes it down to 10-88. And then 1-2. So let's see what is he talking about. So here we are, 2375. And let's say I do the 1, 3. Oops, that was almost bad. So 1523. So just a little variance in damage rolls there. If we do the 2 plus 2. We get 1313. So right there. Oops, sorry, looking at the wrong value. 1313, so right there what I got. That's obviously better than the 1-3. But you go 3, 1, 1094. So that got you the most bang for your buck, and it makes sense with everything I explained. The damage you have is accumulative, so again, that higher damage first is better. However, don't go and change the notes so quickly. There's a reason why this is just hasn't been thrown out there. Always losing myself. Way Ash had before was to do a 1-3 with Surge. And yeah, he didn't know about the fight at the time or as well. But the 2-2 is a very consistent, like, here's the 40 strength. What happens when the HP is like below 1k? Well, let's just kind of see what happens when it's below 1k. I guess we can keep you over there. So we're at the 1094 right now. Losing my hotkeys. Oh shoot. I did not, I overwrote the wrong one. That's alright. So 1094. So Surge did his action. So now we're on Fargo. I did this, I probably might not have to open stuff up as much. Yeah, that's better. So we're at, no, the green field already happened. No, sorry, we're in this phase. So the 1-3 with Fargo. With 1094. And again, we want to end up, by the end of this phase, Surge to be at 7 stamina. So doing a 1. Remaining HP is the 383, and then 3. We got the green field. So its stamina worked out well. Let's take that back. Let's say my strength wasn't 35. Let's just say my strength was 38. And then I end up with like 750 HP remaining in Vita. After Fargo did the 1, there was so much accumulated damage that Vita automatically went to the next phase. So the notes would have to be rewritten to do that. So still do it the way that Ash has it here. But there's some strength threshold. Oh, I keep going to Polis, please. There's some strength thresholds. Like, it seems like once you're at 35 strength and less, it's possible not to kill Vita in the last phase unless Fargo gets some hits. But and that comes down to the last phase where it doesn't matter here. But again, just like in phase 1 where you can lose time, like watching all these spells be cast, you can lose some silly time from watching Fire Pillar and whatnot. So a 3-1 might be a better option. It just needs to be explored. I'm trying to show just kind of how like different routing options kind of can play out. And Vita is a red innate. That's why we're turning blue on Surge. Close to War and Xanap use turn blue Eagle Eye, like in the last phase. Not too much of a fan on it. So let me try helping out the questions in chat. What's being pointed at? Memory address 0D BDDE. Oh, so that's the first enemy in this battle. Like right now it has Vita's like true HP. We're in the final phase here. So no more of the like slow degrade in HP like when Surge does a 3-3. 462. Oh, lovely. In that case, it actually worked out. Turn blue might have stayed on long enough. I wasn't paying attention there. But yeah, now Vita's done. And a lot of bosses will do that. I can show something else later. Oh, and that HP 1's character 1, character 2, character 3. Yeah. What else? So this fight, I'm not gonna go over the whole thing. But see their HP is at 30k. That's just like a locking mechanism, or it can be different. For this fight, 3 enemies. I forget the order. But yeah, one's HP 1, HP 2. So for this fight, Salt has to go to trigger the HP. And what happens when you attack? So 29888. You'll see the AP. So Karsh went down to 0 AP. And since we know, oh, we can tag someone else. If I do a 1, yeah, 3 HP was subtracted and then down to 1 AP. Here goes Salt. I'm just gonna wait for, normally we just defend until this happens. As soon as Salt goes, they do their speed. Another HP. So there's their APs, and here's their HPs. Like, the damage we did not affect us at all. It's just, that's how the game like locks HP. So that's what you're seeing on this Vita fight here. It's kind of doing it. I don't know if it was Ash or Zenip that found that this particular value really represents like the Vita, especially for phase 1 and 2. So for Vita, like when this HP, like when this goes down to 0, that's when the phase change is going to happen. And then it gets reset. If this goes to 0, I don't know what will happen. So for Vita, it locked in. I know with like fights with the guard, sometimes their sprite will stay on the battle, but they stay inactive. What else we got here? Yeah, like if you only have 100 damage done and then you have other characters like missing, that 100 damage is going to start accumulating. Let me put pause or poke 30. What would be the best way to show this? I guess that works. So I did 420 damage there. When Marcy comes up, I forgot to read that number. But the accumulated damage from Surge does get built up, and Marcy, whatever damage she does, it also gets built up with it. So I haven't done any more than the 420 damage or whatever it was, and then like her doing like 9. But Vita's HP is at 1106. 660. I'm wrong. Do need to get more physical hits in. Oh, Kind of baffled by that one. Poke. 3, 7, 20. No. Poke 5. Why are you rejecting me? Am I going for the wrong box? Oh, AP. That's why. The number can't get larger. So 260. That 260 got deducted. Guess I want to see damage from like Fargo. So there was the 234 plus the damage that Surge did. So it's like, right now it's at 501 damage. 1349. So it did 500 damage plus the 10 damage that she just did. Aim for 1. She did 9 HP. So I know that was a 9, so it went down to 0. That's where the accumulation happens. And then next hit would in their next phase. But it's only until you get like a good amount of chunk done. Yep, so during the phase changes, the store damage value is resetted. Yeah, I'm gonna show the Polis police. That's at least one other thing I want to touch. Could he do it in other order? Surge, Fargo, then Marcy would be expected for the damage to be Surge, Fargo. I mean, Fargo will do good damage if he gets a crit with the stone sword. The big thing is really kind of don't want to, it's not a big deal if you see this attack, but it's kind of the time loss. Maybe I wrote no. Sometimes when I'm doing fights, I'll write out what I see Zen Imp or Close to War do. Actually, I got Zen Imp's video up. So let's look at what Zen Amp did. He had 42 strength, I believe. Sorry. Yeah, okay, yeah, 42 strength. So 42 is a crap ton for you. So Surge opens up. 2-2. That's 340 a tick. I guess it could help if I wrote this out. So in this case, Marcy 1. Q plus is triggered. So I would assume that Synapse strat is probably to get 2-2 with Surge and just do once with Marcy until a phase change. They happen to get interrupted there. Another thing to note, Fargo is the one with the 2 Dreamer Scarfs, where we normally have the 2 Dreamer Scarfs on Marcy. Just slight difference of how to go about it. There's phase 1. So we would cast turn blue just to have Surge blued up. And he'd be eagle-eyed. So he does 1, pause 2. $122. Where we do a 2-2 there, but with his strength he might be doing it for that reason. All right, so different methodology here. That's 4 AP. So that's the same amount of AP we're using. So that's like saying like I mean, that's just the thing. And based on the order I did things here, you can see how that changes. It does help tremendously to get damage in early. That much I will say. But I can try the 1, pause 2, pause 1. See how that plays out. But one. He might have been just doing the 1 pauses until Vita went. So in that case, 6 AP, 7 AP, or sorry, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if Vita rolled a 7 AP, she would go right here unless enough damage was done. And then in this case, enough damage done. So he was able to avoid attack with Vita. But this kind of goes back into the like awkward staminas. Again. Blah, blah, blah. Any phase, we want Surge to be like at 7, so you can do the 3-3, bounce Fargo 3-3, and 3-3. But we'll see something different here. That's true. That's because of the video. Eagle Eye. Surge. turn blue. Good 3-3. One AP, 2 AP. So Vita had at least get 9 AP for this to work. So that was 1, 2, and then the 6. So it's 8 AP. Vita hasn't gone. Unless I missed it. Oh, those were like 45s. It doesn't matter too much. So attack. Yeah, so that's the first action. 3-3. That should kill. Yeah. But that might be because of the higher strength. To me, it's just a little bit harder to do it that way. It would have to be a lot more of the route would have to be understood. But to me, this was like a lucky call. But even if this didn't happen, like Vita went here and attacked, and Marcy then did the 3-3, and then Surge did the 3-3. It would have killed at the strength, but it doesn't leave room for like a dash and slash. So I don't know if that's just like a max strength, like this build, this will work, and Xanamp has plans for like lower. One advantage, I guess, of doing this is that the turn blue is on for the entire phase. And oh, we're out of battle. Having that blue gives a bit of a power boost to Surge. You're saying that if you miss a 2-2 with Surge and have to do another, it's probably worth it to do a 3. Yes, absolutely. You're going to want to do it if you get the miss early on. I think in this case he got the 2-2. He's already got the turn blue. Yeah, Eagle Eye hasn't been casted. I guess I could have looked at this as well. So she did, in this case, the 1. But yeah, if he's tapped out, I mean, kind of screw worrying about like if Vita does another attack. Sorry, I'm pulling up the wrong documents. Don't be afraid to get hit by that. Absolutely. Yeah, if Surge was like at 4, you could do 2. I guess you can look at it as getting Surge to 6 with just your hits with Marcy, because after this you'll use the Eagle Eye and that will get him to 7. But if you can, like if you get your hits in, just do the 1s to help prevent Vita from taking a second turn. And And doing like a 2 or 3 doesn't add that much damage to it. So let's just finish this fight out. I'm on the wrong fight again. Secure plus 2-2. So yeah, his physical damage just did over 700 damage, but we've gotten 375 free healing. And then the 1. And then the 3. And then if Greenfield didn't happen there, you could poke it. It's best to poke with Fargo for another 1 there. And now we're in the final countdown. And this is our ideal scenario. Again, pretty much just always assume. I mean, if you're in the run and you're in crap luck, try doing the defend. But you pretty much gotta, for the sake of routing, assume you got the bare minimum. 3-3. Again, the Vita HP is gone. It's just back up to here. And I found, again, with 35 strength surge, that if Fargo whisks here, I'll just undo that damage. 1500. We just try there. Wait, do you have the option? More than likely, you're probably gonna go for the 3s again. And in that case, we won. So 35. I mean, you kind of have to ask yourself, what are the odds of Fargo missing like the 3-3 like twice? Somewhat good. Or you could try adding the strength into surge. And I don't want to get too down the rabbit hole with this. Yeah, that's exactly why. Having Fargo do this 3 and having the stone sword, he's getting the auto crit for more damage. But really, knowing the fight, like the mechanics better, I think this could be broken down. Oh, I wanted to tie this back to Xanap's strat there, where instead of doing a 2-2 or how I was proposing like a 3-1, use the same amount of stamina but with a 1-2-1. Let's see what that gets us if I'm at that part of the fight. With this music. And knowing what I do know, I would say that the 2 And then if you want to do 1-1 would be stronger, but let's do it this way. Let's see. So 2375. 1. Oh, actually, this number will do is fine. 2, 1. That took us down to. So that works out quite well. But you had to wait one more pause and hit one more time. I guess that's the but. And if we did the 2, 1, 1, 899. Again, we want to cargo 1-3. This one might overdo it. So in this case, not lucky. It wasn't the case. And the 3 is just purely for the AP push. That's a concept that Ash and I have talked one-on-one about, where it's kind of a gray area. I think hitting this like 35 strength, just speaking phase 2, getting it down to this number. Fargo's like 1-3. I think always kills. I guess I'm right there. I can test that out. The 1319. Yeah. Even without that crit, he was fine. I think once you hit the 1500 number, that's where it starts to get dicey. And my 1-2, that would explain why I was getting attacked by Vita so much. Yeah, I have the game audio cut just so when I'm zipping around, it's not interrupting. And it's gonna lag because of the thing. There we go. Yeah. Covered the most of that. I did mess around with the strengthen strat. I don't really want to advertise it, but I'll show you how it kind of went. If I wrote it down. First off, it's kind of a gamble with the AP. Starting off AP. So you could go to Marcy. Do the strength into him. You too. And that. So in this case, like 35 strength was actually like too much for the strengthen. Like what I should have really done, I did a 1 there. But would have done a 3, you would have been at a 6. I'll just do this. So even if you're trying to be conservative, you kind of get in a situation where, again, I'm gonna undo that damage. See, at the very end, strengthen wore off, and it can wear off earlier. I think it might be something viable, because I haven't done the dash and slash, and if things would have been done right, or worked out better, Surge would have been at the right AP, and I don't think we would over damage. So I think below 34 it might be worth putting a strength in on Surge. And even though it wears off towards the end, it gets you through the middle phases, but to be experimented on. And yeah, but the core was really explained in the beginning of that particular fight. Am I trying to be close to war? No, he's too good at execution and grinding. But I would like to get a sub 650. But yeah, I did want to show off kind of some of kind of just routing thoughts or choices that are made in how to do that fight. I'll do Polis please here. A moment here. Any other questions with this fight or anything else anyone be interested in seeing? Yeah, you'll get it. With a good amount of practice, getting down to sub 730, it's not too bad. Alright, so Polis Police is a different beast too. Turn yellow. Turn white. Okay. That down. Why are you doing this to me? Oh, shut the analog off. We'll keep Surgy Boy at 35. So 35 at the bare minimum strength. So she did 3360 HP. He just has this normal bar here. So skip, because she's dead. Just in case. Now this is actually quite big for this fight. This can be easily overlooked. You actually want to get him up to 6 stamina. We're gonna, before Vigora, I'm gonna show you why. Vigora. So, if Marcy died, strengthen and then dash and slash. What Vigora does is it gives you like a stamina lock. That's the easy way to put it, but really it gives you X amount of AP. So we cast Strengthen on ourselves. And what we used to do was oh, that's my notes. I was like, what? Vigora 1 and then dash and slash. And then strengthen. Instead, we're doing the dash and slash. I guess we can see why. So 2572 HP left. Doing this. 600 damage. And then we do a 3 pause. So right now his AP is at 2. So it reset the AP. He's got at least 8. And his HP, like, you can see it's not like the other phases where it depletes one number and then goes to a different one. So now you have free reign to like just go ham on the guy. And see, I was missing 2 stamina because at the beginning of that fight, I wasn't at the... This is where I was saying that I casted Vigora on him, and that took him to 6, but he was still depleted 1. If we did this, 1, then Vigora him. Again, you don't want to mash, you just want to have the one. I think his shield triggers at 18 something. So at that time I was one shy, but that was because of the strength, and it's just kind of what it is. If he was one strength higher, I mean, that would have killed. He's at 8 HP. Now let's look at it the old way. I mean, it mentions 38 strength, but it still works out the same. I'm gonna do that. Big aura surge. Here we did the 1 and the dash and slash. And right now he's at 4 AP remaining. I kind of forgot about this, but so he's at 18-16 health. Hasn't caused a trigger break. This was kind of like one problem with this fight, is that there was a decent amount of times where he had to get the trigger break. So I mean, after all the AP was expended, we were pretty close. But it's just that convenience, like what we're, I guess the bigger upside to like this change is taking advantage of like the extra AP here. This helps out. Let's just say here. So 19, 18. Get the trigger break. Don't have to pause or nothing. Again, I'm at a low strength. Back to the big aura. So what happens if we mash that, the 3s? I think it does. Take away the AP. Oh, I guess the mashing didn't matter. Let's see if I... That's a good point to buffer. So we actually want the trigger break to happen because we want to like move on with the fight. And I guess that's why you don't mash. Because if you mash 3-3 and you miss the first one you hit with the second one, it wouldn't move on. But trying to get like a little bit more damage out of this. Since my first hit did less than, it doesn't hit the break threshold. It's a buffered input, and then his AP goes. And this is where if you just do one detrimental action, he's gonna break. Yeah, it won't. I can explain that one later or maybe in a different video. So trigger break, I mean, he's down less health, but the question was, so he has 2 free AP right now. That's just the way it is. So I defended 1. So yeah, doing other actions on other characters does burn up the AP. Like there I defended. I did a spell. His stamina is no longer blue, so it does burn it up. I did want to show that off too. No, his HP doesn't refresh. Like, unlike Vita, he just has 1 pool of health. What's his attack rank? Is bazooka the first one? Megaton Fist, attack twice. Explosion, and it, so the AI changes, so bazooka's second phase. So he's in first phase, he did the Megaton Fist to Marcy. And he's 8 AP away. So start off 33, 60 HP, and I should actually boost my strength. So far, Surge has done the 3-3 to chip it down here, and then at 1800 health or 17 something, it will break. So we're at this step right now, and 6 AP to go. Then we strengthen him. His HP's went from 25 down to 19. He has not trigger break yet. AP is at 4. This is just a glitch from Bigora. So this 3 is going to cause a trigger break, which is going to reset his AP. When bosses do phase changes, the AP always resets. And it can be random. It can be the base number or up to whatever the max is. For 8 AP, I'm not sure what the max is. It's probably 12 or 13. So for the Vita fight, in the first 2 phases, we had this 2375 value here that we were chipping away. And this was at 30k. In this case, it's just raw HP here. So now 12 AP, which is 4 6s. And again, because I had to use strength in it, took away a little bit. But he's still 3 AP away from going. But with that 4 12s, like having a buffered 3-3 and then another buffered 3-3, he will never go in that duration. So this fight, unlike most other fights, you can actually benefit from doing extra damage in phase 1. The only reason why we don't go for super big damage is because he might get a second turn off. It's just the balance of finding the turns. Vigora. And here's further proof, because again, 1 AP, doing a 1, 2, or 3 attack uses 1, 2, or 3 AP. Casting an element, no matter what level, is 1 AP, and defending is 1 AP. A casting a spell is 7 stamina. That better. Oh man, I didn't save it. My bad. Alright, so Vigor. Or cast down the boy. There's 1 spell. Two spells. Three. Four. I'm just gonna poke his AP. Five. Six. And we're still green in the stamina. I imagine we got 2 more blue. So that's where it really locks into AP, not the stamina. Just want to show that. Yeah, that was all of that. And then Lotus State. I don't have Genius yet. It doesn't matter. So a dragon or Fire Dragon 2 is like this. HP 1. So his second phase. No, that's not right. We'll see what happens here. This is, I think, just the way the game kind of codes for Bunyip. Son of a gun. These are the gene stretch, which I don't have. So about 420 health. Then 1260. Good start. Oh yeah, Glenn used to get up to level 5. I'm just looking at an older strat that didn't use Genius. So you see the 1260 HP still there, the 3. I imagine when you see Glenn hit, 70, this might change. Yeah, it went down to 2988 and then back up. That's what it usually does. So Magnify. But in short, we're not seeing it here. There might be another hidden value. But you're pretty much hoping that the Ice Blast would do a transformation here. Oh. So AP1, 7. In the background, this AP's been flushing through. It's on a different wavelength, but it's happening. So we're going to see one of these AP go away when it transforms. See, to me, it's kind of weird, because on Vita, it would show the accumulated damage from just Surge's attacks. But for a lot of these fights, it just goes back to 30k. I imagine AP1 is that's first form. And its AP is going to remain there, but it's not going to do anything. Two. Or is it gonna? But we see this HP going down. I guess they still keep ticking. Aqua Ball. I mean, the whole point of this was just to show the two different APs, and like nothing's gonna happen with this one. Oh, I didn't have to do that. Unless he has God tier magic, that's not gonna kill it. Yeah, 100 short. And it does do it for the fire dragon. I didn't stop it. But yeah, starting the fight over again. Yeah, the 11 and 4. So even though that went to 0, that didn't represent this boss here. It was this one. So it just rolled over. So now he just went, so this phase 13, this one, now be it, sorry. Getting a little tired. Now this one here, be it you do a 1, it rolls over, or like a 1-3, it rolls over. It's something you're not gonna know about, so don't worry about it. The part to worry about is simply doesn't matter, I'm not going for the kill. Oh, I'll show you what. The part that matters is this right here. If he's at 1 AP and you do this, always watch for this guy, because if he's 0 AP turns, he's gonna attack here, and it can be really easy to overlook this because more than likely you're trying to like look at your notes, trying to gather what to do, and he's one of those bosses. He's one of them. Where he's at. The second form. So you'll do attack and then gravitone. Gravitone will interrupt your blue field. As we come in this phase with the very nice 1 blue, so it just takes 1 blue from Flint Surge. This is a fight that you just need to know. Alright, PH, not a problem. I'm gonna be wrapping up soon. I'll post this on YouTube. But yeah, in this situation, if he attacks, just get the frog prince off as fast as you can. But I screwed myself because I didn't watch for stamina. Like, I wish I could redo that. Basically, I would want to attack with Surge and whatnot to help her build up to level 5. I guess we're gonna do it. Yep, so 0 AP roll. She's nowhere close. This is where you just have to go out the rails. So he attacked. So you have to assume you only have 10 AP to make this work. That's 5, 6. Assume she gets up to 4. But it didn't work out because of misses. That's... yeah, that situation there. That's a tough one. Magpie. Just doing this, she needs to get up to level 4, but you have to give her 4 stamina, and Glenn's nowhere near like enough. Like if Glenn was at -1, you could at least do something better here. Yeah, so that situation, yeah, just playing the stamina better. Worked out there. Alright, yeah, so that's a different HP. I guess we'll do one more. Oops. Oh, because I was used to this being somewhere else. Fire Dragon 2. Oh, bugged out. If you run away from him, he bugs out. So just like Bunyip, his second phase has AP and HP. So this one they didn't do the... oh, they did do the 30k. It showed the 892, but then it went up. I imagine they probably did that so you can't just like 3-3 to kill the darn thing, which would explain why the Polis police, it just had one number with his 3300 HP. Yeah, this fight's all about setting up for phase 1. I guess I should go to new notes in case there's something here. Yeah, 121. And here's a thing again with buffer attacks. Buffer is the lower right hand corner, so temporarily I'm gonna poke this to 4. So that 1-1, it just, that was a buffered input. Sorry. Trying to figure out where I saved that to. Oh, right there. So you want to do a 1-1-2-4. Let's just poke this to be 3, just for the sake of showing it. So if you do a 1-1, then I screwed up. If you're quick enough, the 1-1 will stay like bonded, if you will, and then if you can like get like the 2-3 in, that's considered like a different like buffered. So it was like the 1-1 was buffered, wasn't the enemy's turn, so he did the 2-3. Not something you have to go for, but just something to know that you can do. And then so defend. You go hide, or go defend. That's pretty much all setting up like for the next phase. So you're hoping that Marcy's cat cradle is going to do enough damage to get him into the next phase. And again, after one more action, he's gonna go. After 2 more actions, the other dragon's gonna go. So that's really nice that he transformed there, because now you're able to do this 3-3. Once again, Fire Dragon has a script. His first attack is Fire Breath to everyone. And you don't have to have all these memorized. The parent ones, when he's in Baby Dragon. Fire Breath is big damage to everyone. And then attack, Fire Breath. So it's ideal to have him not attack first. Just so you can get this 3-3. And he's quite generous with his AP at 9. So she went down, that's fine. And then set up to do a 3-3-1 defend glide hook. So again, since he has such a high AP, we can actually do these actions without him going again. Which right there was enough to kill. Oh, and then I guess if you're in a pinch, like you'd get a miss or something. I guess you would do it with links. I should know better. But you can get him to use a blue element. Or he'll counter with Fury Breath. Fury Breath doesn't do nearly as much. He's close to death, I'm kind of curious. And then he picks up the Fire Breath. So you could keep spamming it. But that's where knowing the AP is nice. You don't always have the AP count. It's just something you get over time. Yeah, that's oh well, that's more than what I want to cover. I would like to cover Dragon Doll fights sometime. and knowing the importance of stamina buffering. So maybe I'll do one more of these and cover that in like Dragon God. Or maybe one day I'll do the whole thing. But I at least want to cover that. The Vita question was asked, and it's really hard to explain the different thresholds. So thank you, everyone. If you have any questions or if you're ever interested in running Chrono Cross, definitely join the Discord. Again, we've shared with Chrono Trigger, Radical Dreamers, and ourselves. Great community. Till next time, peace.